Calvin. Are you all right? Christian Grey.
Women's fantasy man, Christian Grey. 50 Shades of Grey, Fantasy Explained. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. The movie 50 Shades of Grey came out in 2015 and did great numbers at the box office. This movie is easy to break down because it doesn't have a complex storyline, but it's interesting to dive into what makes the book and the movies a success. Many things that we explain and discuss here in the Manosphere are reflected in this movie. There's a lot to unpack in this movie, so this is going to be part 1 of our 50 Shades of Grey series. In this part, we're going to highlight women's fantasy man. Let's take a look at the word fantasy so you know what we're highlighting in this video. Fantasy, a pleasant situation that you enjoy thinking about, but it's unlikely to happen, or in the activity of imagining things. A story or type of literature that describes situations that are very different from real life, usually involving magic. Shout out to the Patreon gang, salute! The original video is gonna be on Patreon because we have to respect the YouTube guidelines. That's why you will get a censored and filtered YouTube friendly version. So if you like what we do and you want to experience our content to the fullest extent, support us on Patreon. This video contains a lot of spoilers, so you've been warned. Now it's time for us to dive into this and do what we have to do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
She's... Okay, so Mr. Grey will see you now.
Mr. Grey will see you now. When you look at the screen, you'll see Grey Enterprises. And she is about to meet Mr. Grey, the founder, the CEO of Grey Enterprises, for an interview. This is not your average Joe, because your average Joe is not her fantasy man. And that's exactly what this whole scene does. It explains a huge part of a woman's fantasy. Let's continue with the scene.
Okay.
This way, please.
Okay.
Now what you see right now are women that do not look like her. This is important because this movie caters to your average woman. If the main character was an 8 or 9, it wouldn't be much of a surprise that Mr. Grey would pick her as his special girl. This takes away the power of the fantasy, the fairy tale. More about this later.
Right this way.
Miss Calvin.
Well. She literally falls for him. She sees him and she's sold. This is the quote-unquote it that our ex-unicorn was talking about.
Because I would go out to bars with my friends. It's just like the guys out there are just they're not it.
This is a woman's fantasy, guys. Love at first sight. She sees him and she immediately knows that he is the one. And he's everything that her heart desires. Let's see what that is.
Are you all right? Christian Grey.
Christian Grey. In this movie, he's a 27-year-old good-looking billionaire. That's with a B. I've said it many times on this channel. Looks matter. If Christian Grey would have looked like Mark Zuckerberg, it wouldn't have the same effect. Prince Charming always looks good. Women love good-looking men. Tall, dark, and handsome. It is what it is, guys. Now he's a billionaire with a B. In the US, you have 614 billionaires. Christian Grey is young, good-looking, and one of the richest people in the world. Look at how she looks at him. She's aware of his status, his stature, and she is completely mesmerized by him. And this takes us to the next part of the fantasy.
What about you? And why did you ask me something that you want to know?
What about you? Of all the women in the world, Prince Charming seems to be interested in an average woman. Her facial expression says it all. This is what makes this story captivating for women. The Cinderella effect.
Mr. Grey, your next meeting is in the conference room.
Cancel, please. We're not finished here.
Yes, sir.
No, I can go. It's fine.
I would like to know more about you.
There's really not much to know about me.
Exactly. There's not much to know about you. That's what this fantasy is about. The ideal man, the prince, takes an average woman, a commoner, takes her as she is and upgrades her into a princess. Her once boring regular lifestyle has been spiced up to the extraordinary.
I don't think I'd fit in here. Look at me.
I am.
Once again, of all women, he wants her, and he's not afraid to let her know. And she can't believe it. Why? Because it's unbelievable. 614 billionaires in the US, and women struggle to get a guy that makes six figures. That's why it's a fantasy. This scene says a lot about the kind of experience women want. It looks like she just got off a roller coaster. That's exactly what they want, guys. An emotional roller coaster. When you become acquainted with women, you will discover that a big element in a woman's fantasy is her friends or sisterhood. Let's check it out.
So, what was he like?
What was he like? Simple question, yet one of the most important questions of the sisterhood. The sisterhood's approval to date a guy is essential to a woman's fantasy. That's why high-value men are coveted, because of clout, because of bragging rights, to make other women jealous, for the approval of the sisterhood. Let me remind you of this clip.
I mean, I'm a person who cannot have sex with everyone. You should impress me. Or if you're going to be a fuckboy, please be hot as hell so I can at least show you to my girlfriends. Please, I'm begging you.
How much proof do you need? When the sisterhood is impressed, and with the sisterhood's approval, she will get more satisfaction from this fantasy.
He was fine.
Fine? Just fine?
He was really polite, and he was courteous, and very formal and clean.
Clean.
I mean, he was very, smart and intense. It was kind of intimidating.
You can see that her friend already knows what time it is. When you interact with a woman, you're not just interacting with her. Everything you say, everything you do will be shared with the sisterhood. That's why you always put something in there that she can take home to her friends, because her friends can make or break you. Look at how her friend adds fuel to the fire.
You have to admit he's ridiculously hot.
I'm sure if you are attracted to that sort of human, then...
The hot type of human?
I asked him if he was gay. That was in your questions. Why would you do that to me?
Because whenever he's in the society pages, he's never been photographed with a woman, so naturally.
Well, maybe he just wants to keep his private life private, Kate.
And now you're defending him.
Her friend is doing a lot of promotional work for Christian Grey. If this was the other way around, if she was talking a lot of shit, that wouldn't work in his favor, because the sisterhood's approval is important. Let's take a look at some more sisterhood action.
You do realize that he hasn't stopped looking at you.
He asked me to go for coffee afterwards.
Know what to guard against because they read novels that tell them of these tricks.
That's a quote from Tess of the Durba House. Oh my god. These must be from Christian. These are incredible.
Wow, Gray.
Baby.
Elliot seems like a really nice guy.
No, we're starting with you. If you're seeing him again tonight, that means that something happened. Anna?
Mm-hmm.
Anna, you going to
I have
tell
to
me
get
what
ready for
happened?
work. We just kissed. Once.
Only once? That's odd.
Odd doesn't even cover it. And a new jacket.
The friend is essential for the female fantasy to work. Women need to share their experiences, good or bad. Women know exactly what they're doing, but we men are not supposed to know that. They want us to keep believing that women are angels and that it's all men's fault when they are not happy. There's always that one friend that knows the truth and knows the complete story of her friend. Take a look at these clips. Her friend is gonna know about this as well.
Good evening, Miss Steele. Mr. Gray will be joining us there.
Personal driver? Where have we seen that before?
Well, get in for Christ's sakes.
Where can I drop you?
72nd Street, 3rd Avenue.
You got that, Al?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Anastasia.
You're flying this?
I'm ready to depart.
Roger that, Charlie Tango. Your flight plan from Portland to Seattle is cleared.
Seattle? That's where we're going?
He's flying a freaking helicopter. When was the last time you did that? Shit.
Wow.
He takes her to his crib and she's impressed. It's like a palace. And the only thing she had to do was bring herself. Instagram is gonna know about that. That's the fantasy, fellas. It's all about her. She wants to be the prize. A female billionaire is gonna look for a billionaire, not an average Joe. This is how Hollywood and Disney confuse a lot of women. This is where women get their unrealistic expectations, and social media only make things worse. They are taught this foolishness from childhood, and now they suffer from Cinderella syndrome. That's why they don't like the manosphere, because we spread that red pill truth, and like Jack Nicholson said,
You can't handle the truth!
most women will not experience this. A fantasy, it will remain. And fellas, you do not. And I repeat, you do not have to take a woman on a helicopter flight to impress her. And to take it a step further, do not become a billionaire, a millionaire, or make six figures to impress women. It's not worth it, and it's foolishness. In part 2, we're gonna dive deeper into the sexual fantasies of women. It's gonna be a wet one. Patreon supporters, salute! Manosphere, we working. This video has officially been highlighted.